Now we have an awesome presenter for you. Sylvain is joining us from Montreal, from ETS, and he'll be telling us about inkjet printed materials and flexible hybrid electronic devices. So good luck. And starting from you, we really have to enforce the time. So I'll give you a heads up 3 minutes before the end of your presentation.
Great,
All right.
thank you.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Kasha, for the introduction and the presentation. So, Sylvain Cloutier, I'm from École de Technologie Supérieure in Montreal. So, ETS is a university that's focused, it's only an engineering school in Montreal. At ETS, I'm leading the Canada Research Chair on Printable Hybrid Optoelectronic Materials and Devices, and the Ariane Group Industrial Chair on Emerging Materials for Aerospace and Space. So for the Europeans in the room, so Ariane Group is this consortium between Airbus and Safran that builds the Ariane series of space launchers. So I always joke that in our lab we do rocket science for real. I'm also the department chair for the electrical engineering department. I guess that was my colleague's punishment for me as a researcher. I will entertain you today about the work we do in flexible hybrid electronics. So our goal right now, we're focusing a lot on developing new materials, but mostly building flexible hybrid electronic demonstrators. And we're working very closely with partners at an institute called C2MI, which is located in Bromont, Quebec, partnering with IBM and Teledyne DALSA. I'm there at the moment, and we work very closely with them on building those demonstrators, and most importantly, on scaling up those new technologies and transfer them into closer to commercial products. So one of the process that was been so I will go step by step through the process, the manufacturing process, and explain to you what are the key difficulties at each step. So inkjet printing, we use a lot of inkjet printing. So at ETS we have a Ceradrop printer using cartridge-based technology. We love that printer because it gives us great flexibility on the printing process and in order to optimize and get really good quality prints. So we develop some inks. So the inks that you see here are different ink formulations that were synthesized in our lab, and I think two of them are transitioning to commercialized technology right now. We also do quite a bit of screen printing because the industry is using still quite a lot of screen printing. So we do that as well. So together with our partners at C2MI. So here you can see a few examples of devices and circuits that are printed using screen printing. So one issue that we really are studying quite a lot is the issue of compatibility. So a lot of commercial printed products use silver ink. So early on with our partners at C2MI, we decided that if we want our technologies to be adopted by more conventional electronic manufacturing companies. So we wanted to go in transition to copper. Copper is very challenging, so getting good quality copper prints, it took us a few years of joint R&D, but now we have good copper printing and assembly capabilities, as I will show you soon. So post-processing, we work a lot with photonic curing. We do also some laser treatment more on the research front. But the challenge with laser treatment, laser annealing, is that you have to scan your sample, and it takes, of course, a lot of time. So we're really transitioning a lot to photonic curing at the moment. And here's an example of a really interesting piece of work that was done by a postdoc in our team, using photonic curing to treat nickel traces. So of course nickel has very high melting point, so it's really challenging to sinter that on a low temperature substrate. So we've benchmarked, you can see the figure here, we benchmarked the conductivity of the nickel traces using an oven annealing, and then we optimized the photonic curing parameters, and now we're able to basically get the same level of conductivity using photonic treatment on the